Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there. Even if you have pets and no kids, you're still a daddy. Happy Father's Day to all. And yeah, let's move on. So let's talk about the Air India Flight 171 that crashed on, I think it was June 12th, 2025, just a few days ago. It crashed 30 seconds after takeoff, and I believe it was around 272 people on board, including the flight attendants and the pilots, and there was only one survivor. What are the odds of that? What are the fucking odds of that? Poor guy. My heart goes out to him and all the other people that perished in that flight. So the big question around this is, could it be a sabotage? We know that Pakistan and India are at odds right now. They're at odds, but I think that has settled, hasn't it? I don't know. But I personally don't believe it was a sabotage. And my understanding is that the plane made it up about 600 knots and then it started to decline in air and went down and crashed. Now, I watched a man named Max Afterburner on YouTube who has a lot of experience in aviation, and he was saying that he felt that the electrical and the hydraulic power failed on the plane and that he could hear it in the fan system as the plane was taking off. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the video again, but you can hear some loud noise. And I believe that. I don't think it was a sabotage either. I think it was probably a faulty engine of some kind, or the fan was faulty and the pilot was not able to accelerate up in the air any more than 600 knots, and then he crashed. So sad. Absolutely horrifying. Okay. Then I was watching Monkey Works on YouTube as well, and he was talking about Jeremiah 49 in the Bible. It makes sense. He said he felt like we were in the times of the prophecies of judgment against several nations, because Iran and Israel, even though they've been at odds for years, this is a new front, right? And we have Russia, Ukraine, and there's issues with Pakistan and India, even though I don't think that one is bad right now. I think things have kind of slowed down. But Monkey Works, he speaks on Jeremiah 49. The strikes between Iran and Israel are going to last a while. And I think that that's a fair statement, because something bad is going to happen, but there's just going to be exchanges back and forth. So I heard today that Iran said, okay, if Israel will stop hitting Iran, they would stop shooting missiles into Israel. Now, I personally do not believe that Bibi, okay, you know who Bibi is, I don't believe he is going to stop. I just don't believe the guy is going to stop. He doesn't have it in him to stop. He says that he's doing this because he doesn't want to see another Holocaust. And in his mind, that's what he believes. I personally think this is being done for a regime change in Iran. I am entitled to my own opinion, but this guy is just not going to stop. We saw what happened in Gaza. I don't know. Okay, I understand what's going on. Two wrongs don't make a right, but when you're not allowing aid, food, and medical into Gaza for small children, to me, that's a little inhumane. And of course, Bibi will say, well, the civilians in Gaza aren't getting it. It's going right to Hamas. No, I've seen a lot of video footage, not from the US, that is more, in my opinion, accurate. And it shows that when the tractor trailers come in to unload, there's civilians and children running up to this tractor trailers, pulling out food. Okay, now Hamas might get some of it, but is Hamas still in existence? I thought they blew them off the map. I don't know. It's what, according to Bibi, they have. So how come you're not feeding these people? Okay, so I don't want to get off topic. You guys know I have ADHD, and I do that, and I admit it. But yeah, things are just going to get worse. And then there's going to be a huge explosion, as I mentioned, either in Iran first or Israel. I almost feel like the explosion, the really big, significant explosion, it could happen in Israel first, underground, like I have talked about, and then Iran burns, okay? That's when Iran is like, it's on fire. Like Tehran will be flattened like Gaza, and then there'll be a regime change. So I don't know. It could be either way, right? It could be either way. I mean, we don't want these things to happen because, again, the civilians always fucking burn. They pay the price, not the leaders. They can go under their bunkers. In fact, you know, anytime there's airstrikes in Israel, I learned that Bibi went underground to his bunker in Tel Aviv the other day. So he has no idea what the civilians go through, I don't guess. I mean, but that's true for any world leader, not just Bibi, right? Anyways, okay. I also heard that the U.S. warships are now going towards the Middle East in shifts. So basically, we are sending things over. We are sending things over, tangible and human form, which would be humans, you know, Americans, our military. It's slowly happening. And these warships are also out in the waters for response. Well, I know they were out there in Yemen with the Houthis, right? But now they're gearing these ships for Iran. Now, personally, in my opinion, to my analysis, these ships have already been out there for some time. This is a planned event. 47 can say he knew nothing about the attack that took place in the Iranian facilities a few days ago, but I think he did. I think he did know. However, I don't think he knew about the attack regarding Zelensky going deep into Russia, because it seems like Bibi and Trump have a better relationship versus Trump and Zelensky. I don't think Zelensky trusts Trump, and I don't think Trump feels that Zelensky is on the right path on how to end the war in Russia, Ukraine. So it's tit for tat in that situation. But I think that there's more trust with Bibi and Trump. You know, it has been for years, you know, and Israel is one of our closest allies. I get it, but this has nothing to do with the people of Israel, the citizens, the religious. It's beautiful, it's fine. But when you start becoming, okay, when you are a leader, a world leader over your country, okay, and you are promoting the killings in hospitals of babies that have just been born that are in ICU, I can't roll with you. I can't agree with you. October 7th was horrible what took place in Israel. It was absolutely horrible. I don't support that. They have a right to retaliate. But too many children died in Gaza and in Syria and now in Tehran. There's a right way and the wrong way of doing things. Okay, you want to go after the government? You do that. Why are you hitting these apartment blocks and hitting these innocent children? That's the problem I have with Bibi. I understand he wants to do this and do that for his country. I understand he needs to make his point, but he's doing it the wrong way. And something is going to happen to him fatally. It's not something I wish for. But when you hit innocent children with bombs, man, and you do it constantly, and then you see these people starving in their bones, and you're not allowing food and aid to go into the countries, and it's not just Gaza, right? It's Syria and places like that. God's going to come back on you. It doesn't matter where you're from, what type of blood is, because we all bleed red, baby. We all bleed red. And Bibi, I hope you understand that I support your cause, but I don't support you killing children and innocent women and men while they're in bed, sleep. You ever notice that? These attacks are always at night, which I understand they have to be for secrecy, but wouldn't that be terrifying to be asleep with your children and you have no idea what's going on, and then there's not even a siren that goes off, it's just an explosion, and you find your kid across the room with missing body part? Okay. All right. I know I'm getting off topic again, but it's true. There's got to be a right way of doing things, and I don't feel like Bibi is doing it the right way. And I know the United States upholds it to some degree, so it's not just Bibi. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it in this video. I just wanted to speak on it and give me your thoughts underneath the comment section. Have a great day.